It's strange how something as simple as pen and paper can feel like an anchor in a world that seems to move faster every day. That's the quiet power of the bullet journal method by Ryder Carroll. A book that doesn't just teach a system for getting things done, but offers a gentle philosophy for living a more intentional life. And the beauty of it is that it comes from a place of imperfection. Carroll himself describes how, as a child struggling with attention deficit disorder, he developed this method not because he was naturally organized, but because he had to find a way to navigate the chaos of his own mind. Reading it, you quickly realize it's not just about making a prettier to-do list. It's about creating a space, on paper and by extension in your mind, to pause, reflect, and ask yourself what really matters. Carroll invites us to see the bullet journal, or bujo, as its community affectionately calls it, as more than a productivity tool. It becomes a practice of mindfulness, self-discovery, and gentle course correction, all stitched together by the act of writing by hand. One of the most striking ideas in the book is that productivity, in the sense of doing more, isn't the goal. Instead, the goal is to do more of what matters. Carroll gently but firmly asks us to challenge the assumption that being busy means being effective. A full schedule, he warns, can be a sign of distraction just as much as focus. The bullet journal method is his answer. A way to filter out noise, clarify our priorities, and design our days with intention rather than inertia. The method itself is charmingly simple yet deeply flexible. Rapid logging with bullets for tasks, circles for events, and dashes for notes. Migration of unfinished tasks. Monthly logs and daily logs. Future planning balanced with daily presence. But what makes it feel so alive isn't the structure itself. It's the mindset behind it. Carroll writes not like a guru with all the answers, but like a fellow traveler who has made plenty of mistakes and learned to listen to what his lists were really telling him. Throughout the book, there's an underlying sense of compassion. Carroll isn't interested in shame-based productivity, the kind that pushes you to keep hustling no matter what. Instead, he invites us to look at our unfinished tasks not as failures but as clues. Maybe those tasks don't align with our deeper values, or maybe the timing wasn't right. The simple act of migrating a task, rewriting it by hand day after day, becomes a gentle question: do I still want to do this? If the answer keeps being no, maybe it's time to let it go. The human heart of the method lies in reflection. Carroll encourages regular check-ins, to ask not just what did I do, but why did I do it, and how did it make me feel? Over time, the pages of a bullet journal become a quiet record of our choices, patterns, and inner life. It becomes less about crossing off tasks and more about understanding ourselves, our habits, and our hopes. Reading the book, you get the sense that Carroll understands the modern mind better than most. He acknowledges how easy it is to live reactively, swept along by notifications, deadlines, and the subtle pressure to always be on. The bullet journal method becomes, in this light, a form of resistance. A way to step back from the digital current, slow down, and choose deliberately. There's something almost radical in the idea of starting each day with a pen instead of a screen. What also feels deeply human about Carroll's approach is his openness to imperfection. The pages of a bullet journal aren't meant to be beautiful works of art, though some people make them so. They're meant to be useful, messy, alive. Carroll reassures readers that crossed-out tasks, half-finished pages, and scribbles are part of the process, not evidence of failure. It's a gentle reminder that organization isn't about control for its own sake, but about creating space to focus on what truly matters. And beyond the method itself, the book quietly encourages something more profound: living a life designed around our values rather than our fears. Carroll writes about the difference between living intentionally and living reactively, and how a journal can help bridge that gap, not by adding more to our plates, but by helping us notice what we've put there in the first place. By the end of the book, it's clear that the bullet journal method isn't just about organizing tasks. It's about organizing attention. In a world hungry for it, Carroll gently shows us how to reclaim it. Not through apps or hacks, but through the ancient human act of writing things down, noticing them, and deciding again and again what deserves our time. Closing its pages, you don't feel lectured or pressured. Instead, you feel invited to pick up a pen, turn to a blank page, and begin asking quietly transformative questions. What am I doing? Why am I doing it? Does this still matter to me? And perhaps in those simple questions to find a clearer, calmer path forward. One deliberate word, one small decision at a time.